Today, 1 out of every 5 persons on the earth lives in the People's Republic of China. This intriguing country has a population of more than 1 billion. It's one thing to talk about China, but it's quite another to be there in person, to eat the food, to interact with the people, to witness agriculture firsthand, and to experience a culture with almost 4,000 years of written history. A delegation of 13 students from the University of Kentucky College of Agriculture will, like similar groups in past years, always remember a unique 3-week China study tour. Truly, a China adventure. Since 1983, UK students have been taking educational study tours through China.
This is truly a unique experience for our students because as far as I know, this is the only university in the United States that has an exchange program with another university in China in which we send a class of students or a group of students to China, and at the same time they have an opportunity to gain academic credit for this as well as to learn about a very different culture.
Let's find out more as we accompany the students on the UK China study tour, a China adventure. When you arrive in Beijing, the Chinese capital city, you quickly notice the great numbers of people riding bicycles in lieu of driving cars. And construction appears to be underway everywhere you look. Hand labor is still very much a way of life here. There are plenty of people available to work. Horses still provide important pulling power, as well as bicycles. And there are trucks galore. As a result, it's not uncommon to encounter some very busy traffic situations in Beijing. In a society as old as China, things seem to fit within a larger context of time. Visiting the Ming tombs near Beijing, you get a better idea of the long history of China. The burial place of 13 Ming Dynasty emperors, the tombs are visited by many Chinese as well as Westerners. But when you think of China, you may immediately picture the Great Wall. With a history of more than 2,500 years, the Great Wall is widely considered to be one of the architectural wonders of the ancient world. Built for China's self-protection against invasion by enemies to the north, the Great Wall remains today an immense monument to the past. When you trek up and down parts of the restored wall, you feel part of history, gazing down from the watchtowers to the surrounding hilly terrain. The Great Wall experience is something the students will remember for years to come. Today, however, even at the wall, commercialism has arrived. T-shirts are a popular souvenir item sold there. As much a part of history as the Great Wall is what is known as the Forbidden City in central Beijing. When you get in the vicinity, you see the Great Hall of the People, where the National People's Congress meets. It borders one of the largest public squares in the world, Tiananmen Square. The UK group's guide from Shandong Agricultural University provides some background.
Often go out to learn the people how to live. So that's mean. This is a sample of China. No, not parts. The parts means that to help the after often go out to learn the people's to learn each other.
Entering through the Gate of Heavenly Peace, on which hangs an immense portrait of Chairman Mao, you approach the traditional entrance to the Forbidden City, the Meridian Gate. As a monument to bygone eras, the Forbidden City, also known as the Imperial Palace, displays an architecture befitting Chinese emperors and their imperial courts. And before leaving the Forbidden City area, the UK students feel right at home as they pose for a picture in front of a Kentucky Fried Chicken outlet located close by. Traveling to the next location by bus, the UK students listen to the guide explain some simple agricultural terms written in Chinese.
Land drainage. You see, this land pipes too more water. The people to ditch the main canal and also the branch to drain excess water.
During the days of the emperors, the imperial court avoided summer heat by staying at the Summer Palace Resort 7 miles northwest of Beijing on Kunming Lake. There, a Chinese craftsman gets the students' attention by carving an inscription on a ballpoint pen for the group. The inscription wishes happiness and longevity. A long train ride takes the group from Beijing to Yantai, a coastal city on the Yellow Sea. Yantai offers a scenic panoramic view, complete with fishing boats. Entering through a memorial archway, the students tour the Penglai Pavilion, atop a cliff in the north of Penglai County seat in Shandong Province. Beside the pavilion lies one of the ancient Navy bases of China. Today, a motorized boat sends out echoes of sound bouncing off the old fortress walls. A visit to a farming village includes a stop in a children's nursery. The kids are napping. All is quiet. And after being given a balloon, a half-awake child hangs onto it and goes back to sleep. Factory workers in Weihai show what goes into the making of the intricately designed carpets well known as Chinese quality products. And the UK group gets a good close look at what's involved in the manufacturing process. Plenty of skilled hand labor goes into every carpet made. Outside the factory, some uniformed school kids carrying their flag pick up trash to beautify the area. At a fishing village, the official in charge, the village director, takes a few minutes to orient the students. Later, 2 village families host UK students for an evening meal in their homes. At another village, some kids are playing basketball out on dirt courts. And a big treat is visiting some school kids doing some singing and dancing outside. Quickly, the young kids invite the UK students to join in for fun. The singing continues in a classroom. At a factory in Yantai, students look at samples of manufactured clothing and toy products. And at another factory, highly skilled workers create woolen needlepoint items crafted using pictures as a guide. Arriving at UK's host institution in China, the Shandong Agricultural University in Tai'an, the institution's president, vice president, and others greet the UK delegation. The vice president welcomes the students.
And every time you bring the Kentucky University Agricultural College the friendship to our university.
A tour of the university's facilities includes a look at laboratories, dorms, and the cafeteria, as well as food preparation facilities where the noon meal is being readied. A teacher instructs a class in English, and students intently study the text being used. And the group gathers for a photograph in front of building number 1. One of the highlights of the Shandong Agricultural University visit is an elaborate banquet, complete with artistically designed dishes and plenty of food of all types. Near Jinan, a university farm research facility provides UK students a chance to learn about hog production, to get a close look at the pot-bellied Chinese hogs. As you would predict, these animals generate plenty of picture-taking interest from the students. Breeding stock animals are paraded for inspection. But the loudest animals are the ducks. Driven by a worker, the ducks go back into the water. A university official explains the research farm's projects to the group, and UK students take notes. Of course, there's time for another photograph. A quick stop during the bus trip back to the university shows a typical example of the intensive horticultural production always underway. Arriving at the university, the UK students meet members of a Shandong team prior to the traditional Goodwill basketball game. A great throng of student fans turn out for the game, and they applaud both sides when points are scored. When the game ends, some pictures are taken. The UK students encountered a tough Shandong University squad intent on winning the game, but it's all in fun. An evening party at the university brings together some Shandong students and the UK group. Entertainment is part of the evening too. And the UK delegation had rehearsed a song in Chinese, especially for the occasion. With the university located in Taiyan, the best-known local place to visit is Mount Tai, where thousands of steps make for a challenging climb, but spectacular scenery. With Mount Tai in the background, the free market in Taiyan gives students an ideal chance to see all types of goods being sold. With Chinese couples only allowed to have one child, there's special attention paid to that young one. And a UK student gives away a balloon in friendship. A temple recognizes the significance of Mount Tai. And garden design and styles are characteristically Chinese. In China, food crops are planted on every possible acre to grow enough to feed the Chinese people. At the Shandong Agricultural University farm near the city, students get a good look at wheat experimental plots, and Chinese researchers take a few minutes to explain projects underway. There's plenty of opportunity for UK students to interact with Chinese researchers about agriculture topics. The last thing to view at the university farm is a room where silkworms are feasting on mulberry leaves. This visit turns out to be good preparation for the next major stop, Wuxi, where students get to watch workers at the No. 4 silk reeling factory handle silkworm cocoons and see the fine threads soon to go into silk fabrics well known as Chinese exports. Wuxi is located on the Grand Canal, an ancient man-made waterway, the longest of its kind in the world. A village near Wuxi provides another chance for students to learn more about Chinese pigs and to handle them as well. Besides hogs, the village also raises deer. In the fields, it's rice seeding time. One worker prepares the seed bed and another broadcasts the rice seed. A village family invites the group into their home for a tour and then for some tea.
I found the people to be very friendly and quite charming, and I enjoyed meeting them the most. I think that was probably the highlight of my trip, was getting to meet the Chinese people. I thought their countryside was beautiful, and it was just probably the highlight of my life to this point. It's a very good experience.
A highlight of this particular day's activities is another visit to a school. The train trip from Wuxi to Shanghai provides time for playing cards. And as the group's final China destination, Shanghai offers, among many other things, a big city look. A waterfront complete with ships. A chance for the students to see and photograph a panda bear at the zoo. And a large friendship store for buying Chinese-made items. Sizing up the UK-China study tour, it's a unique, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for college students.
We had a lot of different interests as far as our career choices and interests from our backgrounds, and which kind of helped us to be able to tell each other a little bit more about things that we might not otherwise known about. And I believe just the diversity of the group has helped us to be able to get more out of the trip.
I felt going with the group, it kept everything in perspective, and we had somebody to talk to and look forward to. But I really liked the trip as a whole, and I'd like to go back.
I think more than anything else, they get an in-depth view of a different place of the world, which has different people that are used to different things and have different values. The Chinese have quite a different value system than Americans do, and so that puts U.S. values into perspective for the students. And that, I think, they'll keep for years to come.